Good evening, CGL participants, and welcome to this presentation of the NA Diamond Grand Finals, the last Grand Finals we have in MTTT 12. I am 2TryHardRay, joined by Megalas. And how are you doing tonight, Megalas?
I'm super stoked. The fact that, we were worried this match might not happen. We had that little bit of a snafu last week, but we got it rescheduled, and it's super, super exciting that we're going to see this one play out.
Could not agree with you more. We have two extremely talented teams. We have Yuniverse going up against No Peel Gaming, and this is going to be a rematch of the winners finals where Yuniverse was able to take the victory over No Peel Gaming in a 3-2-1 fashion. So while we're talking about it, let's go ahead and show you how these teams got here while we take a little preview of what the bracket turned out like.
Yeah, and obviously, whenever you see bracket play like this, everybody always loves to root for that lower bracket run. But I personally find this a lot more interesting, right? We had them in the winners final. As you said, Universe comes away with a 3-1 victory. And No Peel Gaming, they just kind of get business done to rematch against a great opponent, and it really shows that these are the two best teams. They earned that spot in the winners final, and they earned it again coming through here. And it's going to be a good match regardless of how the score comes out.
Yeah, so we're going to have that revenge factor in play for No Peel Gaming. Are they going to be able to extract that revenge, or will Universe prove why they won the first time and take home that championship? A lot of pride on the line for both of these teams. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters for these teams. First, have the map pick in from Universe, and we are starting in Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, I mean, if you're surprised at the Lijiang Tower pick, you haven't been watching Overwatch ever in your life. I mean, this is a map every single team knows, is confident on, and there's a variety of different comps. If you think back to the olden days, a lot of Rush used to get played here, but as we've evolved with it, Overwatch 2 brought in our solo tank ways, and it brought in a lot of different play styles. We've seen the Symmetra of all picks kind of flourish here. There's sort of a lot of rotations and places you can go with dive comps even, so it really comes down to both these teams are probably going to play their preferred style, and that's going to show us a good head-to-head for the entire series to come.
Yeah, I think Lijiang Tower, especially you think about Control Center, you tend to think of a more brawl-centric composition, but when we start to go into Gardens and possibly even Night Market, that's where we tend to possibly see where these Wrecking Ball compositions can thrive for Universe. As we get the first map in for you guys, we're starting on Control Center, which bodes itself pretty well for No Peel Gaming, who do want to play that brawl composition as we see.
Yeah, exactly, and it is kind of a interesting little setup here. The brawl comp, it almost feels like Ryan has kind of been left behind, but he can still find the value if you go fast enough and you execute on it properly here. As we are just kind of looking at both of these spawns, and it is going to be the ball comp for Yuniverse, potentially with the Pharah. Is the Symmetra just to TP out, or are they sticking with it? Nope, it is going to be the Tracer of all things.
Yeah, I mean, full on dive. One of the big things we saw in the previous series with these two teams was Plague set up a lot of these dives with some big anti-nades. So look for them in that kill feed as we see Chef raining above. We see the anti-nade comes in and they already find Hithrobo. So that's a great opening pick for Chef, but they need to find more. Immortality field out goes down. Chef able to find more. Cotton Baller goes down. And now it's just cleanup for Yuniverse as they're going to win the first fight.
Yes, indeed, and they were able to clean it up just super quick, no questions asked, quick as you like. And, you know, that's the thing that a Pharah can bring you, right? If you're not really prepared for it or expecting it, it can just rain damage from above with the Mercy damage boost. Now, we're seeing NoPL Gaming walk into this. They've dropped the Mei, gone... Barrage.
Yeah, Chef is taking a nice off angle, already finds Cotton Baller, and that is one hit scan off of the field. Barrage is in play, finds Hithrobo, finds 3! Chef has come in this grand finals and is showing out.
And that's exactly what you need to do, right? No questions asked. End the fight quickly, end it effectively, and that's exactly what a Pharah can do for you. So now NoPL Gaming, they're going to kind of push this one in again. And it's weird, these fights are ending so quickly, they're not able to get any damage in, so they're not really building up towards anything as yet another pick.
Yeah, awesome finding Cotton Baller early in this fight, and this is exactly what NoPL Gaming does not want, getting these picks early, and often the chaos that Yuniverse is playing at with this Wrecking Ball is starting to get to them. They're not able to rotate properly in order to get on top of these targets, because Plague is just a sitting duck on this on. Reinhardt just on the point and is just going to go down.
Yeah, it feels very disjointed from NoPL Gaming. This rotation ultimately ending up with just for some stagger picks here. I feel as though the Rhine is just not going to work, and yeah, they're switching over to D.Va, but we're already ticking up towards what could be final fight. Yuniverse has the minefield. They have pretty much every ultimate online. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, Awesome gets the pulse bomb, and Yuniverse is just cleaning up mines on the point, is going to find so many picks, and that is going to be it. Yuniverse takes map number 1.
Well, round 1.
Round 1. I'm sorry. I meant sub map 1, my bad.
Listen, I mean, but to be fair, with the amount of momentum that comes with a 100% in that dominant of a fashion, you know, it could set the tempo and let them take the map, right? NoPL Gaming, they're gonna have to find a way to sort of shake this off, reset mentally. But we, you know, as we talked about heading into this, the ball comp, that was its worst map. You know, you'd kind of theorize, right? The brawl is more favored there, and the fact that they were able to shut down the brawl, Yuniverse reigns supreme, it means that NoPL Gaming now has an uphill battle for the rest of Lijiang if they want to take this first map.
Yeah, as this next map, Gardens, is going to be the best map possible for the Wrecking Ball Pharah. One thing I'm actually noticing is Returns is on the tank. In the previous series, Returns was on DPS. So this is one adaptation that NoPL Gaming has made, putting Hithrobo and Cotton Baller onto this DPS line.
Yeah, potentially interesting switch up, but it seems like it's just going to be the tank trying to stick it out. But, ooh, that's a nice pick.
Yeah, great opening pick, taking all those heals off the board to throw, but Chef has responded, gets real body, but it does not matter. Returns is able to find Awesome. The res does come in on a Plague, which is going to keep...
Sort of want to make almost a bunker of yourselves on the point, and there is still a bit of stall coming through. The Reinhardt is living. Returns is finally going to fall here, it seems, at the very end, but not before 19% is gained. But yeah, and now the issue is, how do you get into point to continue that bunker now that you don't have any sort of zoning or anything like that? As the minefield and the spawn, actually, my goodness, this Wrecking Ball getting aggressive.
Yeah, Neka Neon going to go down to that, and that's just going to buy that much more percentage, that much more time for Yuniverse. Chef is just raining damage from above, getting really close to this rocket barrage, and NoPL Gaming is going to have to be extremely careful and extremely aware.
Yeah, and now they're going to have to find a way to push in here, continuing to commit to this Rhine composition with some minor adaptations and anti onto the cast. Oh, but that's brutal.
The Rocket Barrage finding two, and Chef is continuing to show out in these grand finals, showing everyone watching that Yuniverse is going to be the victors, and I am going to be the catalyst.
Yeah, and it's just very odd from No Peel Gaming. They're still committing to this Reinhardt. Not exactly sure the value it's going to be able to find. We're seeing the switch over to the Sojourn now, which means there's no sort of CC to stop this Wrecking Ball from running about. You're just hoping that the kills don't come through. But No Peel, they do have a slight advantage here. Cotton Baller has built up to a pulse bomb if they've stuck onto the right target, but you're taken down.
Awesome wins the Tracer duel, and that's going to set up a quick and easy team fight when Chef finds one. The Pulse Bomb forces out that Immortality field, but it's pretty much it for this team fight. No Peel Gaming needs to be smart. They need to back out here and look to regroup because they're only going to have one more attempt at this, and they find Awesome.
That is the start to this fight, and a sleep onto the Wrecking Ball, but unfortunately it's not going to... And the Mercy reses directly in front of the support's face!
Incredible sweep, getting bold, finding that res. Out comes the real body with the coalescence. They're able to find Cotton Baller as Chef is continuing to show out. Big anti-nade coming in, able to get a little bit of that cleansing, but the barrage is in. Returns goes down. Point was flipped for No Peel Gaming, but it just feels all but for naught as Yuniverse is going to flip this point once again at 99%.
Yeah, we're looking for just stagger touches now. Cotton Baller is there on the Tracer, but you gotta contest with the minefield, and because of the minefield, you're not able to touch. And that's gonna be Yuniverse walking away with a very dominant map 1. No Peel Gaming kinda just looked lost and out of their element there.
Yeah, this is not a No Peel Gaming I'm used to seeing. I'm so used to seeing Hithrobo playing this Ashe, and they play these Sigma-based compositions. And I'm not sure if that was just this tank swap they're making, or this was an adaptation specifically for Lijiang where they felt the brawl was going to be strong. Turns out it wasn't strong enough to deal with this chaotic Wrecking Ball composition that Yuniverse is playing.
Yeah, so now you kind of got to figure something out, right? The advantage is you do get to pick our next map and where we are going, so maybe you can kind of figure out something that favors the Ashe just a tad bit more, allows it to do what it can, especially if you're thinking towards the hybrid maps. Blizzard World is the first one that comes to mind. A lot of space for the Wrecking Ball to cover that just can be dominated by a long-range hit scan like Ashe. So if that's the way that No Peel Gaming want to go, that certainly should be a pick they're looking towards. But there's other ways to shut down this Wrecking Ball, right? Whether it's practiced or not, Sombra has always been a famous counter to it. You can sort of play a defensive Sombra, hack it as it's coming in. You can even go over to the Cassidy with that magnetic grenade and just sort of focus it onto the Wrecking Ball. But focusing just the Wrecking Ball, it allows players like Chef, who had that Mercy pocket with the Pharah, to just rain damage uncontested. You sort of have to assess all the threats at once if you want to find a way through this Yuniverse team.
Yeah, I think May's also a fair shout, being able to use that primary fire to slow down the Wrecking Ball. And I do think if you're trying to look at, maybe some support swaps you can make, I feel like if you go over to the Ana and get a big anti-nade, even if you don't get the kills, just force CNC out of the fight. They're just causing so much chaos and just making all of the players of No Peel Gaming look in so many different directions, and that is just allowing Chef to reign supreme in the skies.
Yeah, exactly. It's just sort of the things that you have to worry about with a Yuniverse team that is clearly, they've got it turned up to a 10. This is a grand finals. They want to walk away with the trophy with their heads held high, but No Peel Gaming, they are not a slouch, and we do actually just get confirmation that we are going to be heading to Blizzard World. Kind of a solid shout. Like I said, it's hard for the Wrecking Ball to close some of these distances, and it might allow Ashe to sort of reign supreme. But if they don't choose to go with the Ashe, looking towards the support swaps, like you said, and on a break to sort of keep the supports alive, keep everybody topped up on their toes, and it allows the Ana to just get insane value while the Brig is the one supplying packs to those DPS as they need them.
Yeah, I think for this map specifically, Hathrobo being able to go over to that Ash is going to be a big boom. I still think this Wrecking Ball composition we've seen out of Yuniverse is going to have its place on Blizzard World, especially on the first point where you have just a lot of open area to work on. I mean, once you get past the choke, it's kind of like a little playground for Wrecking Ball to mess around with. So you're going to have to be careful of that if you're No Peel Gaming. The question is, are they going to make any adaptations on their tank line, or are they going to continue to live and die by this Reinhardt? As we see, Returns is still in the game on tank. So I'm not sure exactly what his tank pool is. So I'm curious to see. Oh,
he's
just kidding. He's on DPS now.
Yeah, I feel like there's some shenanigans going on where they're not exactly confirming the composition, so lobby swaps are being inaccurate. But Cotton Baller on the Sigma. Now, this is sort of the tank you want to play if you're looking to sort of give all of your power to the DPS, right? Sigma can almost play on an island by himself, requires very little resources, has crazy amounts of survivability, while also being able to assist his team, right? He has that kinetic barrier that can just sort of do exactly what it needs to, right on the tin, shield everybody up on this high ground. Seems like the whole team's wanting to play here, with the Ana playing just sort of back in the alcove. It's gonna be interesting to see how the ball comp wants to approach this, if it's just gonna be through raw damage or they're trying to displace somebody.
As Yuniverse setting up a big anti-nade coming in on a CNC. This is the kind of things we're going to need to see out of No Peel Gaming to really start solidifying their place and coming back in this series. As we see, Cotton Baller is going to be forced to drop to the point to contest, while everyone else is going to stay on this high ground, which is going to be a bad sign. Awesome able to get up there and follow up on the dive. 2 picks found for Yuniverse to already make that a third, as it is just worse and worse, as Yuniverse is going to get a first cap very quickly.
Yes, indeed. Just the Sigma actually has the Moira with him, but they're going to be trying to stall for not, I believe, as once the Sigma rotated a point there to have to try to contest the Wrecking Ball and not allow free percentage. As you saw, the Wrecking Ball immediately realized there's no easy way to get that Sigma back to the high ground, and so just came up there, slammed onto everybody, massive damage followed up on by the rest of Yuniverse. And so now No Peel Gaming, they give up this point rather quickly. They gotta kind of figure something out here with an adaptation over to the Lifeweaver.
Yeah, as the Lifeweaver is going to provide a lot of healing on the field for your Sigma, and you can pull them out of any kind of dangerous situations if things get a little sticky. As Sweet is going to pop the Valkyrie to just keep the team up and add that extra damage on the field. As the ball slam comes in, is going to get Returns low, and Chef's able to follow it up with 2 picks, 3 with the overclock. Chef, it does not matter what hero they're on, they are showing up in the grand finals.
Yeah, and it's just sort of with the Valkyrie pick, as that's a nice little thing there. And there's just going to be some more cleanup coming out from this Sojourn here. Chef getting the 5k, yep, allowed in the end. The advantage, I guess you could say, for No Peel Gaming is they have some ultimates, and the cart wasn't pushing all too much, so you're going to get another fight here on second point. But I got to be realistic, you know, this Gravitic Flux, everybody is going to be able to move out of the way besides the Ana, so it'll be interesting to see where it's placed.
Yeah, CNC with the mines able to get the pick on the real body. Second point is capped with such an impressive time bank. 5.5 minutes left on the clock as cleanup coming in for Yuniverse, and they are just getting so much quick free progress. No Peel Gaming has to come up with an answer.
Yeah, and it's very interesting to sort of think about what this answer could be, right? They're on this Sigma comp. Sigma likes to slow down the game, play at his own pace, and things of that nature, right? Which unfortunately just doesn't seem to be working against Yuniverse with how fast they're playing the game. So you almost have to think, do you opt into a composition where you can play even faster? They are going to at least stick for this next fight here. A lot of ultimates online, but if they have to dump them all just to win one fight, I don't see if the value is going to be there.
As the Flux is now going to come in for Cotton Ball, able to find one, and Hathrob was able to follow it up, get the pick onto Ship, and this is some much needed footing coming in from No Peel Gaming. They're finally able to at least take a somewhat of a sigh of relief. But as I say that, the res comes in onto Chef. Coalescence thrown onto the field as they are trying to find picks, but Chef pops the overclock, finds one, trying to find more. They're able to find a second. The Tree of Life comes on the field, but it is just it's not enough. You're going to go down if you're Cotton Baller.
Yeah, you're just sort of staggering yourself at this point as the car is continuing to move, and that fight is exactly what couldn't happen. No Peel invested 4 ults, all for naught, just due to the fact that Resurrect was able to come through. Nobody was checking for it, so now we're seeing CNC roll in, having the minefield online just dropped on the cart.
Mines looking to boop around. Break goes extremely low. Real body goes down. Austin able to clean up. The Michael Heathrobo has come back, but Chef is able to find Heathrobo in the midst of the chaos as we see CNC Chef coming through again on the Sojourn. The res comes in on Awesome, but Cotton Baller has been able to find a couple of picks in this fight, and because of the closer spawn, No Peel Gaming is able to hold.
They're able to hold, but it's by the skin of their teeth. Another advantage for No Peel. Oh my gosh, wait, this could be a shaky back gap. You're seeing the Tracer kind of set up for it, but they know the break's there, and the Wrecking Ball just being pressured out, nothing too wild. But yeah, you're looking forward to this next fight, and Yuniverse already set up everywhere, kind of ready to go in on this one.
As Awesome just, being a little bit of a distraction in the backline, able to get out. Lots of ultimates coming online for Yuniverse. Chef has this overclock once again. No Peel Gaming has to be extremely careful. I'd look to try and get aggressive with this Flux to try and get a quick kill onto somebody. Valkyrie is now going to be popped by Sweet. But Chef is just on this high ground doing so much work. As now... okay. The Flux comes in and is able to find Chef. Huge momentum now shifting for No Peel Gaming.
Yes, indeed. And they're always finding the pick on the Chef, but that's what you want right there. You need the Mercy taken out of the equation. So many fights have gone in Yuniverse's favor simply because of the fact this Mercy is there either providing the healing to keep someone up or to provide those resurrects, which are absolutely crucial at the right times. Yuniverse is going to be able to roll into this next fight with 4 ultimates online. This pulse bomb could stick onto the wrong person and it could spell disaster for the defense. But they've been able to burn at least 3 minutes off the time bank so far.
And No Peel Gaming is going to be able to match a lot of these ultimates. Chef, in the meantime, has found 2 with the overclock. Returns has found someone with the tactical visor, but it does not matter. The res is in, and Yuniverse has found the picks. All that remains is Heathrobo misses the pulse bomb, and that is going to be all she wrote. Desperation comes in from the side of No Peel Gaming. Cotton Baller goes over to the Wrecking Ball, but a big anti-nade forces him out of this fight as the rally is now going to come in, but it's not enough. CNC able to find the damage with those slams. 1 meter to go. Yuniverse needs to come up with the goods, and they are going to find it. Returns, able to find the pick on Awesome, but is it enough? They're going to need more, and they're just not finding it, and it just seems inevitable. Chef finds the pick onto Neko Neon, and in the meantime, a lot of responders have come back in. Sweet gets the res onto Awesome as we are trying to find more picks. Ballers now on the Doomfist instead of that Wrecking Ball. So many are low, but they're able to force out that ice block to keep themselves alive. But it is just chaos ensuing on this end.
Yeah, it's constantly going back and forth, but stepping off the cart for just a moment is going to allow Yuniverse to kind of cap that one in a very odd fight. They had people up. It was just an unfortunate C9, but there was only 1 meter left, and that meter was one they could not give. So No Peel Gaming, you gotta start questioning exactly what they're going after, right? Obviously with this Sigma comp that they were rocking until they had to switch for pure desperation, they were wanting to sort of be able to pull in very quick, pull the tempo back, slow the game down, but Yuniverse just doesn't care. They simply ramped it up to another level and just kind of kept the pressure on the entire offense until they finally got stopped there at the end, but they still are able to full cap Blizzard World. And so now No Peel Gaming, they've got to have some creative rotations for this Sigma, I think, if they're gonna want to continue to run it.
I do think for the side of No Peel Gaming, you definitely have to feel pretty good considering Yuniverse had almost 5 minutes on the clock coming into that point C attack, and you're able to bring it all the way down to 44 seconds. So you're able to anchor down there and, waste a lot of time. Question is, can you respawn and get the full cap yourself? The thing with this defensive setup for Yuniverse is they're going to be ready. They're going to be able to stage dives against your composition. So it's going to be that much harder for this Sigma poke composition to push in through this small choke.
Yes, indeed. And we will have to see sort of if that push comes through, if they want to push through the main choke. But very interesting, No Peel kind of their adaptation here, right? We're looking at them on the Sojourn and Soldier, the two S hit scans in the game. And it's just sort of very odd how this is what they think is going to be the thing that shuts down Wrecking Ball, but they're going to try to make it work through main.
I think it's more about shutting down Chef, who's been cooking, finds the pick on a real body. However, they are able to find Sweet, the pocket for Chef, which is going to make his job that much more difficult. Returns, however, goes extremely low and is getting taken down. But in the meantime, No Peel Gaming has found 2.5 picks. So this is, despite you ultimately probably going to lose this fight, you got so much value on this point.
Yes, indeed, but the longer this fight goes, it just gives more power back to Yuniverse. They're going to get the respawners back. They're going to be able to restabilize, and that is a crucial pick, but A's just going to be rezzed up there in the end. And yeah, it just comes down to, I think, No Peel Gaming, sure, Chef is being a nuisance, sure, CNC is absolutely rolling everyone on the Wrecking Ball. I think the supports is really what you got to be focusing down. Sweet, getting amazing resurrects, keeping people alive. Plague over to the Kiriko now has been just teleporting around, staying alive for far too long in these fights, because you can shoot a 700 HP Wrecking Ball all you want, but as long as there's something to heal him, he will not go down, I assure you of that.
Yeah, I think that was the big problem as Chef gets the pick onto returns. They found Sweet early in that fight, but they could not find the follow through on the rest of the picks. But this is where Yuniverse has to be careful. Pulse Bomb comes out and the duplicate onto Chef for the Sigma. So they're going to have the Sigma and the Wrecking Ball on this field. Can they build up to a Flux in time? They're not even going to need it, as it seems like they've already won this fight. Flux comes out for Cotton Baller, trying to turn this around, and the Coalescence. Will they be able to keep their hopes alive of getting this point? It doesn't look like it. Chef cooking once again gets 2.
It's just going to be some cleanup here. The Lucio, and I believe that is the Moira, the last ones to go down. They are able to get 2 ticks for their trouble, though, right? Bringing the fight into that small room, they're able to sort of pull the point presence where it needs to go. So now only needing 1 tick to get this cart rolling here, and there is some adaptations coming in. No Peel, they're going to have the Doomfist now, as well as the Ana. We were talking about the Ana being able to just keep people alive, sustain a lot better. This Doomfist might indicate they want to up the tempo, they want to play fast, and this might be the answer they're looking for.
Yeah, the question is, who are you able to go after? And the question is, Sweet. They find the pick, but can they find the falter? This time they do. Real Body finds Chef. Awesome, however, able to get a returning pick onto returns. Yuniverse needs to find more if they want to keep their hopes alive on this first point. But Real Body coming through with the anti-nade once again, and the point cap goes through for No Peel Gaming.
Yes, indeed. It is just going to be an all get out moment here for a Yuniverse. And No Peel, like I said, if you can't slow down the game to the way you want to play, then speed it up and play faster than Yuniverse can. Before the ball even knew what happened, Sweet was taken out of that fight, and now they're going to be contesting for this high ground when it's going to be some DPS ults matched, a duplicate versus the overpower.
Yeah, the mine's going to come out for CNC, able to find the pick onto returns, looking for more. They're all corralled in this small room as we see Cotton Baller going low on that Doofus, able to get out just in time as the Coalescence is now going to come out trying to find a pick. Gets extremely low, does CNC, and Awesome is going to force out the duplicate. They're going to dupe Cotton Baller, but it just seems like they put so much pressure and it is already forced out. And in the meantime, their entire team is dead.
Yes, indeed. And now you're seeing Awesome just try to set up for a little flank, but unfortunately it does not look to be enough, as the Wrecking Ball is actually going to engage alone on the card here.
As No Peel Gaming has found some new life. They're going to have this overclock to throw into this next fight. We see Chef coming out on the Pharah, trying to, see if they can bring in some Lijiang magic. They do find the pick onto Real Body, and this chaos we saw on Lijiang Tower is now starting to ensue and find its value once again.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and this comes down to, again, sort of exactly where the target pressure needs to be, acknowledging the Ana is a thing, and while yes, you know, the Doomfist can do a lot, once you put things in the sky, he becomes a lot less effective here, as we are seeing just some more swaps. It's going to be the Ashe now for Hathrobo, and, you know, this double hit scan presence, it's going to be a matter of keeping the, ooh, I was going to say keeping the Ana alive, but Mother takes out Daughter.
Yeah, as Chef goes down, and that's going to be a lot for No Peel Gaming, as now the Tactical Visor is going to get engaged into this fight. They find the pick onto Sweet. They're trying to look for more, able to get the pick onto Awesome, and this is going to be the green light for No Peel Gaming. Question is, are they going to be able to deliver this cart before the respawners come in for Yuniverse?
Well, the Wrecking Ball is still alive, rolling in here with the Minefield, and the question is, can you cap with this Minefield blocking your path?
Barrage is able to find Nekoneon, but it does not matter. No Peel Gaming able to come up with the goods when the rubber needed to beat the road, and they get the second point cap.
And I love this adaptation from No Peel Gaming. The further we go into the map, you're seeing the pressure now put onto the supports, right? You know, that Mercy just not playing the game for free anymore. Same with that Kiriko. And it's going to call for a full-scale comp swap. Yuniverse realizing that the game's just too fast out of their hands. They're going to be the ones to slow it down now on a very traditional Sigma comp with the Baptiste Lucio. But it completely resets their ult bank, making this swap.
Yeah, so that's going to be key. As you can see, the key would be for No Peel Gaming to take advantage while it's there, but Chef able to slam that down, gets the pick onto Hathroba, and Cotton Baller goes down in the meantime. This is not what you want to do for No Peel Gaming, but you're going to have another fight or two where you're going to have that ult advantage, as we talked about. So these next two fights are going to be pivotal, especially with only a minute and a half left on the clock. The good thing is, because they got Yuniverse below a minute on that time bank, all they have to do is make sure they finish and they get another attempt at this attack.
Absolutely, and it's just going to be a bit of an interesting rollout. The Doomfist in alone.
Yeah, CNC able to find the pick on Hathrobo. They just were not able to find the picks with that Doomfist die. The Amp Matrix comes in and is just able to clean everybody up. No Peel Gaming, when we thought the ult advantage would come through for them, gets slammed in their faces. Yuniverse has now anchored down defensively with this Sigma composition.
It's ridiculous how fast you can build that amplification matrix. Plague is no slouch, obviously, on the map east here. So now, No Peel Gaming, they're going to be the ones trying to look for a dive and entry somewhere, but there's just so much poke damage coming out from Yuniverse.
Coalescence getting thrown into the field, and Tactical Visor can return for the pick. The sound barrier is now in play for Sweet, and that's going to take a lot of the advantage that they had. The overclock now comes in, finds that throw, but can Chef find more? Doesn't seem like it. So that, you know, a lot of that value mitigated as the Blizzard now comes out, and that is going to be the nail in the coffin for Yuniverse.
Yeah, potentially looking for spawn holders. We're dipping below the 10-second mark before these spawners get out. The Bob might have to be thrown in desperation to the cart. They're looking to make sure nobody touches, but there should be a touch somehow, some way that this Doomfist can get in, and there it is.
Oh, but Hathrobo's down, is not able to throw the Bob into the fight. Down goes Nekoneon, and things are looking very bad for No Peel Gaming. Yuniverse are going to clean up. CNC goes down, but it does not matter. All the picks have been found, and Yuniverse is going to take a 2-0 lead in this series.
There were some adaptations. No Peel Gaming, it took them a while, but they finally came alive about halfway through this map. Unfortunately, they just already sunk themselves into a bad position. Having to try to full cap Blizzard World is no easy feat. They came down close to their adaptations, but ultimately the adaptations on the other side, Yuniverse recognizing that they couldn't play faster, going over the Sigma pump themselves, and just slowing it down, letting the poke do the work, is what put them in this 2-0 position now. And No Peel Gaming, you know, now they at least know there's some headway. They know they can break through the ball, but how do you get through the Sigma?
Couldn't agree with you more. That's the best thing about this meta and Overwatch 2, in my opinion, is being able to see teams adapt to counter each other's compositions. It is a beauty to see. As as we are going to take a break, Yuniverse up 2-0 in the series. We're going to give No Peel Gaming a chance to, you know, recoup and try and make a comeback in the series. We'll be right back.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 2-0 in favor of Yuniverse. Hopefully, No Peel Gaming has had some time to regroup and come up with a strategy to try and come back in the series, because so far it's just been coming up all Yuniverse.
Yes, indeed. That last map a lot closer, though. You know, Lijiang was a complete shutout. You know, they were doing some weird things with the Rhine, some roster swaps where people were playing tank and DPS when they shouldn't have been, maybe. But, you know, it is what it is. We are where we are. But this should, in theory, sort of be exactly the situation that Nopeel wants to be in with our next map, which is going to be Servasa. You know, this map I've always been preaching to the high heavens that once you get off of that main point, that Doomfist can do a whole lot with the map geometry. And we saw the Doomfist being run to pretty good effect until Yuniverse decided that they needed to go to that Sigma comp and just slow the game down here. But Flashpoint is definitely a mode that lends itself to these faster paced comps.
I do think, however, you know, coming into Servasa with this Doomfist composition that we saw some success coming out from No Peel Gaming, the reason why it started to fail a little bit is because you get to third point where it's a lot more narrow, the chokes you're pushing into if you're Doomfist. It just gives that much more value to Sigma to be able to poke you out through those chokes and hit more easy accretion rocks onto you. Servasa is going to be much more open and allow you to have just a full area to play with. So I think the Doomfist is going to have a much better showing against the Sigma on this map.
Yeah, and so the question is, you know, do they mirror the ball on the other, or do they go to the ball on the other side? Do they potentially try to mirror a Doomfist of their own? We have to, that's the thing, Yuniverse, we've seen them play the Sigma comp and the ball comp, which are the two things they're known for, but, you know, how deep does this flexibility go? How much is in the hero pool before we have to start worrying about, you know, No Peel potentially being able to come up with something that can't be countered? But only time will tell us on that one.
As we take a look at these compositions, No Peel Gaming showing and highlighting that Doomfist that we saw them playing on the previous map. Those DPS, however, are very interesting that they're pairing with that Doomfist.
Yeah, indeed. It is interesting little DPS pairing, as you pointed out, the Ashe. The comp is, well, you know, going over to the Reaper, you're sort of having to almost play on an island by yourself if you're Reaper. Not really something like a Tracer that can follow up on the Doom all too effectively. Meanwhile, Yuniverse, on the other side, going to a tried and true, some people call this the Jotes composition, the Junker Queen Goats, but the Brig is noticeably absent here. Plague gonna opt instead for the Baptiste just for more sustain, more healing. But if they're able to find Plague on this map, it takes a lot of healing out of the fight.
As we see the dive coming in from Cotton Baller, not able to find anything so far. Play goes really low, but they're able to find the Carnage on to returns, but it does not matter. Cotton Baller has found Awesome out in this fight, and like I mentioned, this Doomfist having a lot more area to play with. Cotton Baller is able to just show off his prowess and just win that first fight very easily.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Junker Queen comp is, you know, talk about playing fast. You not only had to play fast, but you have no way to really sustain it all once you blow things like the shout, like the axe swing. And if they're not coming up with picks, then you're going to have to sort of rethink your approach, as now they're coming in through this side, but they're not getting damage.
Yeah, is the commanding shot's going to come out? Are they going to be able to find any picks with this follow-up? They force the power block out of Cotton Ball, but now the immortality fields come out. We see a couple picks going back and forth, but each team trying to find more. So low for CNC, is able to find the pick on returns. The following pick comes in from Real Body, but Yuniverse has found the goods. Awesome gets 2, and that is going to be a point for Yuniverse.
Yes, indeed, and we're still contesting on this first point here. Neither team having to invest all too much yet. They're kind of just winning these fights off raw mechanics, raw picks. So we're going to see both teams still sticking to their original compositions as well. NoPeel Gaming gonna have to be the ones to dismantle this defense now, as Plague is gonna be playing a lot safer in a lot better position, and this Dynamite's gonna be harder to find.
Yeah, now Bob's able to throw on the point. Out goes Bob onto the point. So Yuniverse is going to have to be extremely careful. Out comes a Sound Barrier and an Immortality Field. Comping those support ultimates might be the death of them. Plague goes down to Cotton Ball, but Hathrobo is off of the field as Chef has found returns. And this is when things were looking bad. Yuniverse is able to flip things on its head. The Coalescence came out, but it's not able to keep up the entirety of the team. For Yuniverse, Pulse Bomb comes out, goes wide, as now they find Neko Diana. That is going to be the point cap for Yuniverse. I don't think they're going to be able to touch.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about Flashpoint. Taking a fight at 70-80, it just means that it could be the end of the point before you even get there. And yeah, it is just going to be ticked over in favor of Yuniverse here, but it is just the first point. Be interesting to see exactly where we're going next, as Flashpoint always loves to keep those random points, keeping everybody on their toes. And it seems like we're heading on over here to, if I remember correctly, this is Palace. Could be wrong, but they are going to have, for Yuniverse here, the Blade comboed potentially with this Rampage from Junker Queen. It could cause massive, massive damage.
Yeah, this one is Temple, actually. The thing for NoPeel Gaming, the composition they're playing, it feels like a lot of comfortability. Returns is great on that Reaper, Adobe great on that Ash, but doesn't really synergize well with that Doomfist. Those questions will have to be answered as Real Body goes extremely low. Out comes the Rampage, and it's able to do just enough, which was very smart from CNC. They saw that Suzu was forced out so they could get full advantage of that Rampage.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. The Queen rushed down the Kiri, waited for the Rampage, or waited for the bell to be used, the Suzu, and acknowledging that, decided to even leave the Kiri alive, knowing that the healing could not come through once the anti was applied. But NoPeel Gaming, they did find some interesting little picks here or there in that fight. Nothing that necessarily wants to shut them down. As we're actually seeing NoPeel over to the Brig now. So with a Brig Moira setup here, it's going to be a lot less healing, and it kind of almost leaves the Brig sustainable to damage. So it'll be interesting to see how this approach goes.
As they're facing down the barrel of an awesome Blade. Sound Barrier to give him that extra sustain in the fight. They find the pick onto returns. Can they find more? They do. They don't even need the full value of that Blade. Their team communication and just target focus is top tier.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it, right? The follow-up, everywhere that the Blade was doing damage and things like that, the follow-up was coming through perfectly. Yuniverse is just really in sync on another level, which is exactly what you need for this Junker Queen comp. And they're now just going to be getting stagger picks. This second point should be going to them. There's not going to be a touch. And now NoPeel Gaming find themselves having to reverse sweep to get the map back in their favor.
Reverse sweep into a reverse sweep is what we're looking at for Yuniverse. Or I mean, it's not a full reverse sweep yet, but we're getting close to that situation, as because this grand finals, it is a 1-4. So we're now going to rotate over to Gardens, as Yuniverse just needs to win one more point. A lot of dynamite damage, the burn coming in, but Bob will be coming into this fight as Sathrobo finds Sweet. Great opening pick coming out from NoPeel Gaming. This is the much needed momentum they've been waiting for.
Yeah, and you said it was going to come off the back of the Ash here, as the Yuniverse is trying to fight this one back, but unfortunately, there's only so much a Kiriko and a Junker Queen can do together. And yeah, there's going to be more pressure on the Ashe because of just the nature of Universe's comp. They're going to want to play fast, but if the Ashe can find those headshots, right? I mean, that can one-shot a Tracer without any assistant. So you can pretty much take any squishy out of the fight, including Junker Queen herself doesn't want to take that damage without having to burn potentially Shout or anything else like that. So it will be a nice little reprieve here as Universe are now just kind of posturing, figuring out exactly which way they want to approach this and try to get onto these supports.
You didn't even have to use any ults for No Peel Gaming. Very favorable. The Rampage comes out, not able to find the value it was looking for. Bob on the field as CNC is traded out for Real Body, but the Bob is getting the value. Get sweet and awesome. Hathrobo showing that prowess that they are so well known for on the Ashe, coming through when their team needs it most on Saravasa.
Yeah, and the pause is called, I think there is a technical difficulty. If I had to guess, it was with Sweet. Nope, there are. I was gonna say, because I did see Sweet standing still as the Bob was bursting them down, and don't get me wrong, the Bob is obviously something you don't want to fret with, but giving up like that, maybe not in the cards here, but it is just going to be a quick little call here. Interestingly enough, Universe just doesn't even want to mess with it. They completely pivot over to a Sigma comp, just featuring the Tracer because you have that Pulse Bomb online. The question is, do they commit this, or it looks like they're just trying to predict where the point's going next, and if they predict it right, they'll get themselves in a good defensive position.
Yeah, I could not see what the next flashpoint is. It looks like it's going to be Palace. So very unfortunate is that is just right next door for No Peel Gaming, but it doesn't matter. Awesome has found a Throbo early out in this fight. The stick comes in too. Chef gets Real Body, and that's just going to be the fight win, and that's going to be point cap for Universe.
Yes, indeed. Luckily, there's still 10 more seconds before the point cap actually comes through, so there shouldn't be too devastating a percentage build-up happening for Universe here just yet. No Peel Gaming gonna be able to engage into this one while there's still only a bit of percentage gained, and they're gonna have some incredible tools to do it with. The Meteor Strike is allowing the Dukas to play aggressive, and they have the Rally to engage too.
Returns comes around on a flank with the tactical visor, but it is found out as Hathrobo and Returns both go down. Rally was used from No Peel Gaming, and unfortunately, because of the flanks and the early kills, it's just not able to get the value that it needed. That's two key ultimates thrown into the fight for Universe, and they come up with nothing. Or for No Peel Gaming, and they come up with nothing.
Yeah, and that's not the situation you can have at all here. And interesting little swaps. We are now seeing the Symmetra and the Kiriko come out for No Peel Gaming. The Symmetra potentially just try to counter the Sigma, sort of apply some more pressure. Chef in the backline again, has the Pulse Bomb built up.
There's just so much. A Blizzard, a Pulse Bomb. Chef is down. And it comes the Sound Barrier and that Blizzard. Can they take advantage? Does it look like they found anyone? They did get Returns in the Blizzard. They get the pick onto them. So it's a trade for a trade. 4v4 on this point as this is final fight. CNC finds another as things are looking bad. The Flux is now online, is able to get both of those players in it. And that is going to be all she wrote. Yuniverse caps the point and takes Saravasa with a commanding 3-0 lead.
And again, the adaptations come through, but No Peel Gaming, they adapt once and it forces Yuniverse to go back to the Sigma, but again, they can't break through it. They can't figure out the answer to the Sigma composition that Yuniverse is throwing out. And now their backs are against the wall. They've got to put something together because otherwise it is just going to be lights out with a 4-0 for Universe's favor. It's just looking real rough out there.
Yeah, one more opportunity for No Peel Gaming to try and come back in this series. I mean, it only takes one map to start building up some momentum for your team. The question is, are the mentals already boomed? I mean, I've seen in that chat that Yuniverse is just in there chatting it up, trying to get under their skin. The question is that's working? I mean, they're up 3-0. The question is it affecting the mentals and not allowing No Peel Gaming to just calm down, make some calculated adjustments, and figure things out?
It could potentially be a mental thing, but I think it's weird. Their adaptations almost feel too slow. They're the correct ones, in the situation, you know, going over to the Doomfist when it's needed, making the DPS swap, especially over to that Ashe when it was called for, but they need to be able to swap further and swap quicker, right? Because there's definitely ways they can play around that Sigma comp. You know, we saw them go over to the Symmetra at the very end, but by then, I mean, there was already point percentage building. It was just a tad too late, and you sort of got to be able to make those decisions a lot quicker. And when you're making them slow and lethargic like that, the only way to describe it is they're scared. They don't know what to do. They're losing confidence in themselves.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but they have to find that confidence, find that momentum to try and reverse sweep. And the first step to that is a map choice coming in from No Peel Gaming. Their last opportunity to make something happen. New Queen Street is where it could all end.
Yes, indeed. New Queen Street doesn't favor the ball composition. Too many tight angles, not a lot of places, not a lot of geometry for him to play off of. So you've shut that down. But the question is this Sigma comp, right? So the question, you know, that's going to be on everyone's minds. Do you attempt to run this Doomfist and try to up the tempo? Because, you know, if you can find the value with picks from the Doom or potentially people following up with it, you know, it can absolutely work against the Sigma comp. We've seen it many a times across all levels of play. But, you know, if you need to, default back to the true and true, you know, take them to the mirror. You were the Sigma team heading into this. You really got to have confidence in yourself on that composition, because otherwise, Yuniverse, they've already won if you can't find anything.
It's been a game of tic-tac-toe that it feels like, you know, No Peel Gaming comes out, feels confident in the Sigma, but they kind of just get slammed in the face by the Wrecking Ball chaos. They make the necessary adjustments to go over to the Doomfist, but then No Peel Gaming is then Yuniverse comes back and plays the Sig against their Doom. I'm surprised when, you know, you have No Peel Gaming on the Sig. I'm surprised they haven't tried matching the Sig for Sig and just trying and playing that game, because they, like you mentioned, that's the composition they've played the most and feel most confident in as we take a look at those compositions for both these teams.
Yeah, it is going to be a return to Sigma for No Peel Gaming here with the double hit scan in play. Meanwhile, Yuniverse, they're going back to their Lijiang comp, the Ball, the Pharah. They know and love this, so No Peel Gaming, these two hit scans, they're going to have to find purchase on this Pharah in the sky. They're going to have to make sure the Tracer's not running over your backline. Otherwise, it's just not going to be enough. The hit scans are who you're looking to beat the hero.
As we see Isolation onto returns, but great peel coming up from No Peel Gaming to keep him alive. As CNC also goes extremely low. That's what we have to see. Them forcing CNC out of these fights with great focus fire and getting him down early, and often No Peel Gaming able to take full control of this cart. And look at that nice accretion rock. They find Chef, force out the resin. Plague is also down. This is a great start and what we need to see. However, the dive has come in, the counter dive. CNC getting the pick onto Hithrobo, but in the meantime, the cart is just getting pushed, and they are getting so much distance as they're trying to get this Lucio. Real Body is just weaving and dodging, is unable to get the pick for CNC. So all this free progress No Peel Gaming has been able to get.
Yes, indeed, and picks like that are what make it worthwhile, but the Ashe is taken out, and there goes the Soldier, so now this Pharah is just going to reign supreme in the sky until the damage is done for No Peel.
Yeah, Hithrobo's still on the field, has that threat of the hit scan to attack this Pharah. I mean, if you're Yuniverse, you're gonna need more picks in this fight to set yourself up. To get the slam onto Cotton Ball, it gets him extremely low. A lot of heals coming out on the field. They find the pick on the neck again. In comes the barrage, finds Real Body. Returns is able to return and get the pick onto Chef, but it does not matter. The picks have come in, and Yuniverse now takes control of this bot.
Yes, indeed, the cost of a Pharah barrage, but nothing else having to be invested. But No Peel Gaming, they didn't have anything to invest, so that could be an advantage in and of itself as they're now building up towards this tactical visor, towards this coalescence. You know, they do have a bit of a 40-meter lead. This is going to be time that somebody has to be on the cart, pushing that bot ever forward, ever so slowly, and No Peel Gaming gives them all the time in the world to set this up right.
As he returns on a little flank here, has that tactical visor available, but the stick comes in. Awesome hits the big play to shut down Returns, who was coming in with that tactical visor. Coalescence now on the field to try and keep this alive for No Peel Gaming. They find the pick onto Plague, but Heathrobo, Awesome is showing and strutting on this map. And, you know, it's been a lot of Chef, but this map, Awesome is coming through on this Tracer.
Yes, indeed, and that's exactly what a Tracer needs to do without resource, without help, be able to just be a constant nuisance, a constant bear, as we're seeing the Sigma just get, you know, a little bit of car progress stalled out here, but ultimately, actually, Cotton Baller might not die. It looks like there's a bit of a disengage.
Yeah, and now the minefield comes out on this point, isolates Cotton Baller, but CNC goes down, but they're able to trade out ticks, but it doesn't matter, Returns and Heathrobo get the picks onto the enemy DPS. Awesome and Chef go down as, again, you're gonna have to regroup if you're Yuniverse and hope to stop No Peel Gaming before they unlock these forward spawns.
I mean, that was amazing. Cotton Baller pretty much in a 1v4 stalled it out long enough for the cavalry to arrive, and now there's more stagger picks coming through. The Mercy's down. This certainly should be the checkpoint unlocked here, all at the cost of a beat investment.
Real Body does go down, and with the speed that this composition had, they're going to be able to touch before the checkpoints come through, and No Peel Gaming is looking to back up just a little bit. Bob goes out. Neka Dion able to find the pick onto Plague. Returns goes on the flank with the tactical visor, finds one, and they're going to get the forward spawns unlocked, and that is such a big deal on these push maps.
And this is exactly what No Peel Gaming was missing. You know, it's something that you can't really tantalize in game, but the confidence they're playing with right now, knowing that knowing their limitations, knowing where they can get in and out there, maybe a little bit too much confidence coming out from Body for the pick on Lucio there, but now this bot's pushing into the 70-meter range.
As we see the Sigma v Sigma compositions now coming out, as Yuniverse has swapped up their composition back over to the Sigma. Feels like when things start going wrong, they swap over to this Sigma and they're able to make things happen. Shep comes through big on the Sojourn.
Yes, indeed. So now the question is there an adaptation for No Peel Gaming? We've yet to see the Sigma v Sigma mirror, but the interesting thing to note is the Baptiste, right? It's always believed there's a lot more sustain with the BAP and it's a lot more reliable, whereas Moira's healing is more limited, right? It's better in short bursts. So you're going to have to play these quick if you're No Peel Gaming.
Returns goes over to the... It was Symmetra for a minute. Yeah, Symmetra goes down. Chef finds the pick with the overclock. They're able to get the pick onto Awesome, but it might just be too little too late. Coalescence now comes onto the field. Chef cooking with this overclock is going to buy a lot of distance for Yuniverse.
Yes, indeed, the overclock comes in clutch exactly when it needs to, and it was looking bad for Yuniverse. They were all picked up in that gravitic flux from Cotton Baller, but unfortunately the flux was not enough here. It shouldn't unlock forward spawns. There should be a recontest before then from No Peel Gaming, but they gotta find some sort of purchase, especially against the amplification matrix that Plague is gonna look to set up.
Yeah, they have to hope this Bob that Heathrobo was coming up to is going to be the nail in the coffin, but Awesome very close to this. Blizzard can throw this into the fight. However, Immortality Field's now off of the field. Awesome goes down on it. It does throw out the Blizzard, and it does find purchase onto Cotton Baller. They're able to get it down. 2 picks. Yuniverse able to cap that point, and they have a chance to match the meterage that No Peel Gaming was able to get.
Yes, indeed, and now things are going from bad to worse here. I think the Symmetra variant, just unfortunately, it isn't putting the pressure on the Sigma like you want it to, as you're seeing the swap over to the Bastion now, but most certainly, Yuniverse should be able to obtain the lead here. There's no real reason to contest this for No Peel Gaming, because they're not going to have the numbers. It could just be a bad stagger fight if they go in now.
You're able to find the pick in a good disruptor field coming in from Chef to get Returns away from that high ground. Sound barrier engaged from Sweet to keep the team alive. They find the pick onto Neka Dion. Plague coming through on the Baptiste with 2 as the support's time to shine as Plague and Sweet find 4 picks in that fight.
Yeah, that's the issue. That was what I was worried about for No Peel Gaming. You went in far too early. You didn't have your full team there. It created this very weird fight where you were able to get caught out, dispositioned, and so now you were fearful of giving up the lead. You were forced to give it up now, and more meters even, as Chef with the overclock.
Finds one, but Heathrobo able to fire back, take down Chef as the flux was also thrown into that fight from Cotton Ball. They're not able to capitalize on that, but the big threat of that overclock is off of the field, and it looks like Yuniverse is just going to look to back up a little bit. Wait, a sound barrier engage? If they're going to do this, they need to get in there and find these picks. Okay, they do. They find Awesome. Okay, the sound. Oh, but they lose real. Oh, this is questionable sound barrier engage.
Yes, indeed, but Awesome. I mean, it's not even the map. They're going to be forward spawn, so they're going to be able to come back in here. The Baptiste, that's a crucial pick, right? Now you have to get this bot forward. You cannot let that Baptiste spawn with the rest of the team. Otherwise, it could spell disaster, as we are going to dip around the 2-minute mark here. NoPeel Gaming, they've got some meterage to make up, but they don't have a lot of tools to do it.
I mean, really, they just have to win this next fight. However, Yuniverse coming in, they're going to have this Ant Matrix to work with. They're just coming up on so many ultimates, as NoPeel Gaming had to use a lot just to get the bot to where it is at this point. So it's just going to be, you need clutch plays coming out from your big playmakers. I'm looking at Heathrobo, has been big on this map, coming up to a bot, but the Ant Matrix puts so much pressure. Chef able to get the pick onto Nekanuki Dion through that Ant Matrix, as it looks like NoPeel Gaming looking to back up here to re-engage in this fight, but Yuniverse is not trying to let them do that. However, the pressure onto Awesome is going to force them out, but the Flux comes in, finds 2. Oh, it's looking bad as we are rounding 1 minute on the clock left for NoPeel Gaming, trying to get back and keep their hopes alive.
You gotta run. You cannot get staggered here with less than a minute. You're gonna be giving up forward spawns. You're gonna be giving up so much, and the Sigma going down. That might be the nail in the coffin here. We're looking at a bad situation here. Yuniverse, they have control of the bot. They actually didn't push all that much. Believe it or not, they might be able to get a good recontest here before the forward spawns get re-triggered.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get a nice recontest here. However, you're facing down this blizzard once again, and Chef is just around the corner from another overclock. So if you're NoPeel Gaming, Returns has to get value out of this tactical visor. He's, had some questionable ones where he's trying to go on a flank and thinks he's not been found. There's another one, and they've already found him out immediately, and they're not able to find the value. They do get the beat out, but Returns goes down, and it is just spelling disaster. Blizzard now going to come out onto the field as the Flux comes out for Cotton Ball, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, it might be. They're able to find 2 picks off the damage from that Flux, and the hopes stay alive for NoPeel Gaming as Cotton Ball are able to find 3.
Yes, indeed, and it is going to be now in overtime. NoPeel Gaming, it should be one fight territory. Yuniverse isn't going to have the space to do a whole heck of a lot, and it's actually pretty disastrous for Yuniverse. All they have is this amplification matrix. They're going to have to try to set it up with the Bastion damage here, but there's 2 support ults from NoPeel Gaming to try to get this bot over the line here with less than 10 meters to go.
Extremely winnable. Out comes the Ant Matrix with the Bastion damage, gets the pick onto Returns. NoPeel Gaming has to find these picks with these support ultimates. Both of them come out. Can they find the kills to bring them into the next map? It is looking rough. It is looking tough for both of these teams, fighting as Yuniverse trying to get themselves that championship. So much damage on the field. CNC goes down. Big opportunity on the field for NoPeel Gaming. They need to find more picks, and they do. The bomb comes out, finds 2, and they are going to do it as NoPeel Gaming forces a map number 5.
The old saying goes, bend but do not break. NoPeel Gaming, it took a lot. It was an overtime push. You dug your claws in, but you're alive, and that's all you need. That could be the confidence that you need right now. And Yuniverse, on the other side of it, you got to be able to either shake that off, or you can't let it affect your confidence. At the same time, it's just going to be an absolutely bonkers series if we're seeing a reverse sweep start here, but it's gonna be uphill.
That is some much needed momentum and confidence coming out from NoPeel Gaming. The big question is, are they going to be able to keep this going? Well, we'll find out as we're going to take a quick break. Make sure to grab a snack, grab a drink, and you're not going to want to miss the conclusion of this series. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Diamond NA Grand Finals, as No Peel Gaming has finally found some footing in this series after going down 3-0, able to win New Queen Street.
Yes, indeed. They won New Queen Street. It was not a pretty affair. It was not a pleasant affair, but they got it done in overtime, able to secure those last few meters they needed. But now you're looking at the gauntlet of having to reverse sweep a team that already beat you once in the winners final, but also, you know, Yuniverse from here on out, regardless of how the scores go, every single map will be their pick. That's basically home field advantage for everywhere they go for the rest of the series. So it's gonna be a gauntlet for sure, especially heading into our next map for Escort here. We are gonna be heading. More. I absolutely love this map. It's very unique in terms of the escort maps. Lots of different high grounds to take advantage of, and a lot of different strategies throughout all of the points. It truly does take a team that's sort of flexible and willing to adapt to really master this sort of map, because there are a lot of strategies for each of the different points, as I said. And, you know, obviously the defense looking a little bit interesting here. If No Peel Gaming really wants to run out on this, it is that Sigma comp that they've been running with the double hit scan. But the ERA combined with the Life Weaver, I mean, super, you know, odd to say the least.
And I never noticed, you know, the boats in the background on this map. I always knew the lighthouse was there, but never noticed those boats. So, you know, great POVs coming out from those observers. As No Peel Gaming defensively here, going to continue to play this Sigma, and they're going to continue to play this double hit scan composition with the Soldier and that Ash, but they're going to play Alari Lifeweaver, which is a support combination we're not used to seeing.
Yeah, the Lifeweaver potentially just to pull the Sigma back to safety, allows maybe Cotton Baller to get a little bit more aggro here as Yuniverse. They're on to another variation of the ball comp here. They're rocking the dive DPS Tracer, the Genji with it this time, and then the on a break just to keep everybody nice and safe. But it will be interesting to see kind of how they find purchase on this high ground, as Throbo already found one with the dynamite.
Great opening pick for No Peel Gaming, starting things off with a bang, trying to carry that momentum through onto this map. As we see, I like Sweet playing this Brig, being able to play Bodyguard for Plague. Great accretion rock coming onto CNC, forces out the cooldowns and forces him to have to go get that health pack and re-engage in this fight. Returns, it has to be very careful, however, as we see this high ground have to be given up from No Peel Gaming. So nice shot for Yuniverse to take this away.
Yes, indeed, but now there's even further back high ground that can be played if needed. And we're going to see a bit more of the ball engage here. The Tracer could be there to follow it up.
As CNC looking for a dive, gets the pick onto return Chef, and CNC syncing up. That's going to be the name of the game for this composition, is these DPS syncing up, and that is just going to be clinical. And just the cleanup coming in from Yuniverse, as they should be able to get this point across the finish line.
Yeah, they should be able to unlock point A here, just a little bit of stall. And you're seeing No Peel Gaming already potentially swapping off of these supports back over to what I hope to see is Lucio and Moira, but we're actually going to a Brig Moira setup just to try to disrupt this dive a little bit more, I guess, but it could potentially leave the Brig on an island if there's too much follow-up, because Yuniverse, they have a lot of damage they can just burst through instantly.
Yeah, we've seen this setup coming out from Nopio Gaming throughout the series. The question is it going to be what they need to be able to continue to hold defensively? CNC going to have this minefield online, looking to cut off and isolate people. A big anti-nade comes in from Plague. They're unable to follow up with a minefield. Now going to come out as Sweet goes down, but CNC able to get 3 with the mine. CNC comes in from the heavens, lays down the mines, and gets all the kills.
You know, I was worried that losing that one map might shake their confidence, but clearly it has not. They still love this ball composition, and they're still really good at it. Now looking forward to this next fight at the end of Point B. You have the Nano Blade online. No support ult, even for Nopio Gaming if they wanted to answer with it. So it truly will just come down to, can the Genji kill 5?
As the Nano comes on his Chef, out comes the blade, slicing and dicing, finds body, finds Neko Dion, looking for more, but they don't even need it. The damage has been done. The supports are off the field.
Yes, indeed, and that's going to be Point B captured in a pretty effective pace here. Nopio Gaming, they're now going back to, you know, some adaptations from earlier onto the Reaper, onto the Doomfist. I like the Doomfist. Specifically for Point B, not sure about this outdoor open point, but the Reaper, I feel like is just lost in this comp. There's not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah, I kind of talked about this on Saravasa, where this feels like it's comfortability. You know, the players for Nopio Gaming playing the heroes they feel most comfortable on. Hathroba on the Ashe, Returns on the Reaper, Cotton Baller on this Doomfist. So the question is, are they going to be able to shine enough on these comfort picks to outweigh the synchronicity and just dive ability that Yuniverse is playing with right now?
Yeah, and it's going to come down to this Reaper actually being the one to track this Wrecking Ball across the map, figure out where it is, and just be some sort of damage to it. But Hathrobo is going to fall to Genji, and that's unfortunately just more burst.
Great opening pick as the rally now comes on for Sweet as they're looking to find more picks, but the Coalescence comes out in response. CNC has the mines, they control this, but it doesn't matter. Returns comes in with the double Death Blossom kill. Awesome gets the Pulse Bomb kill onto Real Body, but with the defensive spawns for Nopio Gaming, that's going to be a reset for Yuniverse.
It's the real kind of first defensive fight that they were able to win, you know, and off of the back of 3 ultimates, albeit, but they were able to do it here. So now another minefield coming in for CMC. Can't let anybody be found by this one, but Combo just goes down to raw damage.
Yeah, you don't even have to throw in the mines into that fight. Bob gets thrown into this fight, gets enough damage for Hathrobo to finish off Sweet. So that's a lot of protection and healing off of the field as Nopio Gaming is anchoring down on this defense. However, CNC has found Real Body, which gives a window of opportunity for Yuniverse to try and push in, waiting for their Brig to get back. They have this Nano Blade coming online if they so choose to use it. Could be extremely dangerous if you are Nopio Gaming, as we see Chef looking for the perfect opportunity to come in. There goes the Nano, out comes the Blade. Wow, great positioning, but it is punished. Robo was dropped down from the high ground, gets slammed and sliced by CNC and Chef, but the Nano Blade completely neutralized, all things considered. Sweet, however, able to find Neko Dion, and that's going to allow a lot of cart progress to be pushed for Yuniverse. Meteor Strike comes out, going to get Plague very low as Sweet is trying to survive but goes down.
Yeah, and despite this odd cobbled together little comp, you know, as you said, everybody might be on some comfort picks here. They're making it work in their favor. Chef now going over to the Hanzo, trying to burst down this Doomfist here. Lands a bunch of arrows, but not the one that will strike the killing blow as Hathrobo. You know, we talked about this Ashe heading into the series, constant with these dynamites. I feel like there's a Bob every fight. It's just ridiculous the damage that Hathrobo's putting out.
CNC gonna have a minefield online once again. We know how dangerous that can be, especially when you have the added pressure of Awesome coming into your backline with this Pulse Bomb. As we see CNC making a great rotation, minefield coming out, and it gets Cotton Baller. What? I didn't think that was very well placed, but it's able to find Cotton Baller's returns, forced to Wraith out of that fight, and is now isolated in that room, and Chef is able to take advantage. gets the pick on him. Pulse bomb goes wide, not able to find anyone, but the damage might have been done. However, respawners are coming back in. The Bob comes on the field. The Dragon's able to get Bob off the field. Coalescence now gets engaged by Nugget Nugget. The question is it going to be enough? So many players low, finds awesome, and that is the momentum that No Peel Gaming needed.
Yes, indeed. This foot in the set, this foot they're finally putting down here towards the end of point 3 here. But Cotton Baller, again, it's just that feels like the one component that's fell off about this defense. These very odd death times from the tank here. But Yuniverse, they've now made an adaptation with under a minute to go. They're onto the Sigma, they're onto the Pharmacy here, and it puts so much pressure on Hathrobo and Real Body to be the ones to take this Pharah out of the sky. If they're not ready for it, it could do a lot.
Yeah, Nano Death Blossom is on the table for No Peel Gaming to be able to push in as the Nano comes on to Chef, able to find Hathrobo, able to find Real Body able to take CNC, which is a big player off of the field. No tank. Cotton Baller able to find Play, so the return kills are on in for No Peel Gaming. Returns, finds awesome. CNC, however, gets res, so that tank is now back on the field. They're able to find returns, and this is a great opportunity for Yuniverse. However, No Peel Gaming's coming back. They're gonna have 2 ultimates to be able to engage into this fight, but Chef is so close to this barrage, and that might be the key they're looking for. But Cotton Baller gets the pick on a plate. That's a lot of necessary healing off of the field for Yuniverse as Chef finds the pick. The barrage comes out, gets Cotton Baller, looking for more, not able to find it, but that might have been the kiss of death. You're gonna have to find these picks faster. They find Real Body, and that might be it. Overtime spawns have ensued. All there is a Tracer looking to delay the inevitable as Yuniverse in clutch time able to capture all 3 points.
And just they weren't ready for the Pharah to come back out. You know, Hathrobo being amazing on this Ashe. Unfortunately, amazing can only do so much when you're in a 1v2 situation. That damage boost, as well as I believe the Nano helping build up to that barrage super quickly. And there just really was not time for No Peel Gaming to even answer. So now they have a tall task ahead of them. They have to full cap Watchpoint Gibraltar in order to be even able to continue this series, because Yuniverse, again, they're on series point. You get, like, there's no other place to go.
Yeah, the line has been drawn in the sand for Yuniverse. They walk out of here, they in a Diamond Grand Final champions, and they can stop No Peel Gaming from full capping Watchpoint Gibraltar. For No Peel Gaming, it's not so clear. They're gonna have to cap all 3 points and look to win in extras as the pressure is now mounting. Can No Peel Gaming come up with the goods?
It's gonna be difficult to see. You know, they've got to be able to muster something together here. It could potentially be returns going for a crazy pick on the Widowmaker here. Yuniverse, they're on a bit of a different comp. Chef not even attempting to take to the skies, knowing double hit scan it could be on the cards here. Hathrobo actually going to be the one to rock that Widowmaker. A little bit of scouting, a little bit of poke just to see where everybody is, but Chef now going to be the one on the Ashe with that Mercy Pocket. It could be disastrous.
As we see Cotton Baller getting up to the high ground. I mean, unfortunately, you're just playing great angles, but Hathrobo on the Widow finds the pick on his Chef. Rez comes in, but now that utility is no longer on the field for Yuniverse. So great first step coming out from No Peel Gaming, but they're gonna have to look for more. They have to dislodge No Peel. They're gonna dislodge Yuniverse off this high ground. Returns gets to pick on the play. That's a lot of healing now off the table, as No Peel Gaming might be forced to back out. No Peel Gaming, look at the amount of cart progress they've already been able to obtain. This is insane. If they can find some late picks, they have an opportunity to get this cart all the way across the point A finish line.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not even really an if, but just sort of when, you know, both supports having to support each other, the respawn's coming through, but interestingly enough, bit of a chase down here.
As it might not even matter, 2 players left on the field as No Peel Gaming, oh my goodness, absolutely dominates point A. That was a ridiculous DPS differential coming out from Hathrobo and returns.
Yes, indeed, hut the robo and returns, but I mean, we all saw the Widow headshots. They were coming through, they were very crispy, and Universe respecting the Widow by pivoting to this hard dive, right? A Throbo probably just going to stay for this Impersight, and we're going to see a swap over to the Ashe, because now playing Widow is going to be nothing short of a living hell, but there's going to be more cart progress gained here, and you still have the rest of No Peel to deal with besides just that Widow.
Yeah, Throbo going over to the Ashe now. The question is, can No Peel Gaming find these picks? Immortality Field comes out from Real Body. Anti-Nade not going to find anything from play. Creates a window of opportunity. Cotton Baller gets the pick onto Chef. CNC extremely low on this Wrecking Ball as they get the punch and they're able to confirm the kill as they are speed running. We were questioning if they had the juice, and so far, so good for No Peel Gaming.
Sometimes you really need to feel that fire underneath you in order to get things going. And No Peel Gaming, they've absolutely cranked it to another degree here. Onto the comfort picks, everybody's feeling a whole lot better. But, you know, let's flash back. Yuniverse, they walked into point B with a slightly less time bank. I think it was just about 4 minutes. But they got stalled out for quite a bit, having to cap in overtime. Yuniverse now actually over to the Winston, giving up the Wrecking Ball game. This is just more and more ground, more and more confidence that No Peel is going to have, because you're forcing Yuniverse to adapt more and more.
Couldn't agree with you more, but it's also resetting a lot of the ult bank that you're able to build up. But however, Awesome in the meantime in the backline has found one. Chef able to come through with the second kill, and that's going to be some much needed bleeding stoppage if you're Yuniverse.
Exactly, you know, as I was saying, they were able to get to this point for Yuniverse's offense before a huge stall came out and just burnt so much time off the bank. So now you're going to be looking to do a similar thing here, but it's actually going to be a pretty heavy ult fight from both sides. But the main thing I'm looking to is Chef with that Nano Blade. They've been pretty solid so far, and there's not really a support ult to help live it unless Sweet pops that rally early to get people armor.
You're powered up.
Only time will tell. In comes the Nano Blade, slices through, returns, down goes one. Immortality Field out, second is able to find 3. Can he make it 4? Not, he does make it 4 as the 5th is able to escape into the spawn doors, but that's the power of the Nano Blade.
And No Peel, they did the best thing you could do in that situation. Die quickly and get out, right? You didn't invest anything, so you still have all of your tools to work with to push in here, and you're already seeing the re-engage come through, just how fast they can play.
Yeah, Ant Matrix is going to get popped out and force out the rally from Sweet, which, to be honest, is not in the best of positions. Everyone's pretty much separated at this point. Pulse Bomb comes in from Awesome, is able to find 2. Awesome coming through in the clutch. And just continuing to keep out these stalls. CNC with the primal rage, able to find 2 of his own. And that is going to be back to the spawn rooms for you, No Peel Gaming. But that was a lot of ultimates Yuniverse had to use.
Yeah, Yuniverse has officially depleted the bank here. So this has got to be the fight for No Peel Gaming. If you don't win off of this fight, we could be seeing the time clock burn down to another overtime situation. The Dynamite just being chucked in for a little bit of damage here, but you're looking for this Bob to create the space needed for y'all to get this cart moving once again.
CNC gonna have to be very careful because returns now on this Reaper as Bob gets thrown onto the field. The Immortality Field's forced out, but they found 2 picks, but return picks coming through. It is a 3v2 on the side of No Peel Gaming as the cart is so close to the end. They got to find these staggers and they are able to, but the defensive spawns are coming out from the side of Yuniverse. Wrecking Ball now back onto the field as so many people are low for No Peel Gaming. Yuniverse needs to find the focus fire, but returns gets the pick onto Sweet. They have to find this pick onto CNC. So much stall available for this Wrecking Ball. They find it as Awesome now able to return on the tracer to keep the stall going. The recall is forced out. Returns and the picks are coming through. No Peel Gaming, just when we thought this was coming through, Austin was able to find the pick onto Real Body, but it just seems a little too late. Tracer and Ball are still there on the field. No recall available for Awesome as the blade is now going to come out. Forces out the teleport from the Moira, but it's too little, too late. No Peel Gaming able to finish the map with almost a 2-minute advantage on Yuniverse.
A good stall from Yuniverse, you know, that ball, that tracer, they were able to do a lot. That blade, if you just get one extra second, you know, potentially gets the pick onto the Reaper, and that can finally turn the tide. But now Yuniverse having only a minute, and they have to be the ones to set the sort of pace for this overtime rounds, right? They got to be able to get some sort of progress on this cart, because I can assure you, if you aren't able to at least crest the hill on point A, you're not looking at a good situation if you want to end the series here and now.
As 1 minute is all Yuniverse is going to have, it's going to be pivotal for them to be able to get a great amount of distance, because we saw just how fast No Peel Gaming was able to speed run the first 2 points. So a lot of pressure now gets put onto Yuniverse's back, as we thought maybe they finally got their footing, but No Peel Gaming able to come up with the goods and looking at a real good chance to continue this reverse sweep on Gibraltar.
Yeah, and, you know, Yuniverse, you know, I don't want to play into the mental factor too much, but that confidence is certainly dwindling. You know, you're seeing the swaps off of the Wrecking Ball. Not even you can't really do the Sigma comps here, so I understand those swaps, but having to play the Winston sort of conform to something you may not be as ready for, it could potentially, you know, start spelling a little bit of a mental diff here for these two teams, as once again we're seeing these 2 hit scans for No Peel Gaming take hold of this high ground and just the pressure they can hold.
And that's going to be the job of Yuniverse, is trying to get them off of this stranglehold, as we see CNC trying to dive up there, but so much pressure put onto them is already forced away. Sweet goes extremely low, and you're able to find the pick if you're Cotton Baller. However, the return pick comes in from Chef. So that's going to buy some good cart distance. Plague goes very low. You're going to be very careful. Plague goes down, but once again, Chef able to come in with the returning pick.
Yes, indeed, but trades aren't gonna necessarily favor the defense here when there's a resurrect in play. So now, as we're heading towards the overtime situation, there's just damage raining from this high ground. Yuniverse, they've got to find some sort of purchase on this card.
Yeah, a lot. The spawns are now going to be very favorable for this defense, so Yuniverse cannot afford to trade going forward. Overtime ensues. Chef has the ability to use the duplicate. They're going to duplicate the Doomfist. Can they find it? It doesn't look like it. That's already a lot of damage taken by Chef. 25 health left on the field as the sleep comes in on to the Doomfist, but they're able to get Chef out of that duplicate. But Sweet goes down as everything is starting to crumble for Yuniverse. Nekonuga Neon finds Chef, and CNC's able to respond, gets the pick onto Nekonuga Neon, but you're gonna need to find more. Nano Boost comes onto CNC. Is it going to be enough? There's just no healing available for the side, and that is all she wrote. As Awesome is stalling, but that's it. As Yuniverse able to get 67 meters on point A.
But that's exactly what I was fearful of. You barely crested the hill. This is not a far distance, especially if we flash back to just one offense ago. No Peel Gaming, they blitzed through point A. I mean, that much point was captured before a fight really even happened. So now Yuniverse, they're going to be forced to kind of play the cart game a little bit more. You might be forced to give up this high ground way too early, even in a situation where you have the advantage, just because of the fact that you know that cart is all that is stopping No Peel Gaming from getting another map under their belt. And I mean, 2 maps in a row, that's where No Peel Gaming, they're gonna start having crazy amounts of confidence in themselves. And Yuniverse, they don't want to give them that momentum. They'd rather try to find a way to close it out here, but almost 3 minutes in the bank, it's gonna be difficult.
As we see Yuniverse coming out on this defense, going with this Sigma composition. They're going to have Chef play the Mei and Awesome play this Torbjorn. So they're just playing a disruption composition with the turret, with the slowing of the Mei to really affect what Cotton Baller is trying to do on this Doomfist. The question is it going to be enough? So much time on the clock for No Peel Gaming. Can they force a map number 6, or will will Universe be our NA Diamond Grand Champions?
Yes, indeed, and they're pretty much this composition from Yuniverse. This tells me that while they're holding high ground now, they're prepared for that final fight at the crest of the hill. You know, using the Mei to be able to hold space with the wall and things like that. Obviously not super helpful on the high ground, but going to the low ground where this fight will ultimately end up, that's exactly what you're looking for. But
I'm just surprised that they're willing to forfeit all this distance. So you're going to have 2 minutes to where you essentially only have to win a single fight if you're No Peel Gaming. So I'm very perplexed by that, as the Immortality Field and Turret are already off the field for the side of Yuniverse. As Cotton Baller comes in, they find the pick onto CNC, and that's already spelling disaster. As Returns finds the pick onto Plague and Awesome, as it's all crumbling down in the might of Yuniverse, as No Peel Gaming has now rattled off 2 maps in a row, making this a 3-2 series.
And Yuniverse, I mean, there's gotta be a little bit of confidence being shaken right now. You're absolutely starting to realize the ball can be solved. Forced over to the Sigma comp, this Doomfist can solve it too. No Peel Gaming, it took them a while to warm up, but it seems when that, as I said before, that pressure is what motivates them. Their backs are against the wall. This is when they perform at their best. So now heading into map 6, Yuniverse is gonna have map pick once again. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we are going back to Koth, King of the Hill, and it'll be interesting to see exactly which one we go to this time around, since Li Zhang is out of the pool.
It's really going to depend. I mean, if you want to play a Wrecking Ball, more dive-based compositions that we've seen Yuniverse wanting to play time and time again, I think your best bet would probably be Ilios on all of the maps, maybe Nepal as well. So, I mean, they did go to Nepal in their last series in the winners finals, but Yuniverse did lose that map. So maybe they don't want to go there. They're feeling little skeletons in the closet there. But I'm thinking those 2 maps are probably your best option for this Wrecking Ball composition.
Yeah, absolutely. But if they don't want to opt into the Wrecking Ball, you know, they could go to the Sigma. But I think it's starting to come down to, is there another layer to Yuniverse? Because they've been able to shut down this Doomfist, like, iffy, right? Like, even when you're getting the Doomfist out of the fight, the thing we were all worried about from No Peel, this Ashe is just putting in the work, dynamiting 5 over and over again, putting in crazy amounts of work. But the confirmation's coming through. You hit the nail on the head, Ray. It is going to be Ilios.
Yeah, I just felt like this Wrecking Ball wants to have all the room in the world to work with. And if Lijiang Tower's off of the table, Ilios is going to be your next best bet. So no surprises here, as a decent amount of pressure is starting to mount on the side of Yuniverse. I mean, they're up 3-0 and they find themselves where all No Peel Gaming has to do is win 2 more maps, and they've completed the reverse sweep. This is where you got to calm down. You got to focus and just be like, look, we owned on Lijiang Tower control. We dominate control. This is our chance to take a stranglehold and become the champions.
Exactly, and that's got to be the mentality, right? You know, on the other side, you can't get too nervous for No Peel Gaming. You can't think back to Li Zhang and be like, oh, we got walked over, for lack of a better word, on that first map of Lijiang Tower. There's got to be some sort of mental reset for both of these squads, you know, whether they're pulling on past momentum or the momentum they have now. But I think the key thing to be watching out for here is if they are going to run the Doomfist Yuniverse, I mean, like I said, there's got to be another layer of adapting. The Pharah Mercy, sure, you can do a whole heck of a lot with it, but interesting little looks in the spawn room right now. Yuniverse, I kind of expected this, but No Peel Gaming with an Orisa in the mix.
I kind of want to wait to see if that's actually what they're going to stick with, because we know this is exactly what Yuniverse is going to play, and Well is probably the best suited map to play this chaos composition that they have loved to play. And yeah, it does look like No Peel Gaming is going to come out on that Orisa.
I mean, this is spelling absolutely stellar for Chef, right? pretty much free reign. All you got to worry about is that Ashe on the other side. Nobody else really able to contest you. But the ball might have a bit of a harder time getting in, causing disruption, but doesn't matter when the Pharah's doing it.
Yeah, a lot of damage already rained coming out from Chef. No picks, however, on the field, but there's a limited amount of heals that this more release is going to be able to do, and that is already shining through. Heathrobo goes down, and they're able to find the pick onto Real Body, and that is going to look like a much more focused Yuniverse, as they're going to take a quick and easy first fight win and take the cap the point.
Yes, indeed. No Pill Gaming returns, not messing around, off of the Reaper, almost instantly back over to the Soldier 76. Just more hit scan presence, but it really is hard to find pressure against the Pharah. You know, there's so many buildings and stuff she can duck around, so many corners specifically here on Well, but interestingly enough, we're seeing the stick on the Orisa here. It's going to be odd to see it kind of play into the Pharah, just the diving, not really able to help heal or anything like that.
Returns, however, takes Plague off of the server. Rocket Barrage comes in, finds the pick onto Cotton Baller, as that is going to be a big pick, taking that tank off of the field. However, Hathrobo, with the help of Returns, finds Chef, and it's going to be in a really dangerous spot for Sweet to come in with the res, as Sweet, with that Valkyrie, goes Battle Mercy, takes down Neko Dion, and that's just going to be a reset. But it looks like No Peel Gaming has said, no, we're not going to reset. We are chunky. We have a lot of stability. We are going to push into this fight. However, they're going to be trapped in this small room area with the mines coming out from CNC. This is spelling danger. Hathrobo, because of the separation, goes down, and now they're looking for more, as that is going to be just cleanup coming out from Yuniverse.
Yes, indeed. This Pharah is still just raining damage. The Soldier 76 can't even peek. Interestingly enough, investing the beat. No Peel Gaming, I don't think they're done yet. They think they can win this one.
Wow, this is insane. Awesome and Chef coming through on the DPS line to find these picks. Pulse Bomb in the back pocket for Awesome. Question is, are you going to be able to get a touch? Cotton Baller is going to go over to the Wrecking Ball to try and do so, but Awesome is lurking to try and find a stick, as Real Body goes down solo, ends up going down. Pulse Bomb comes out, finds the pick, onto Returns. Hathrobo finds the pick on a Sweep, but it's too little, too late. The damage has been dealt for Yuniverse. And, you know, with their backs against the wall, pressure mounting, they're able to turn that pressure into diamonds and come up with a very dominant first sub-map victory on Ilios.
Starting to worry, and if you're No Pill Gaming, you should be worrying too. This Pharah in the sky is simply too much damage. You can't allow it to continue to do what it's doing. The upside being, that's probably the best map for Pharah. A lot of natural cover, a lot of places to be cheeky, hide around. Whereas once we're going to maps like this one, like Ruins, it's a lot more open. If you're playing Pharah, you have to play it where everybody can see you, and it could present opportunities for these hit scans to take her out of the sky. But, you know, we can't spell out the pressure enough. We've enunciated it over and over and over again. You now have to take both rounds of Ilios to keep this alive for No Peel Gaming, whereas Yuniverse are 1 point away from locking in that first place championship.
No Peel Gaming going back to what got them here. Cotton Baller on that Doomfist. Will it be enough to keep their hopes alive? Chef has just been absolutely superb on this Pharah, and just the distraction that Awesome and CNC are able to do to let him reign in these skies is insane, as CNC finds the goods. Plague, because of the aggression they're playing with, they don't have to do a lot of healing. It allows them to get aggressive with these kunais and look for that double damage headshots. Or triple damage, sorry.
And the first cap going over to Yuniverse. I mean, No Peel Gaming now going to be having to play on the back foot in terms of positioning. This ball could be anywhere. These slams have been explosive, combined with the Pharah damage, and something's got to go in the favor of No Peel Gaming. A pick has to come through. Something has to be found somewhere. Someone needs to step up.
Who will that be for No Peel Gaming? Cotton Baller forced out with a lot of damage coming out onto them. Returns, trying to find something. CNC takes the dive in, a lot of damage placed on him, forcing him out. So this is an opportunity for No Peel Gaming to get in there. But the problem is with this Doomfist composition, there's not a lot to dive onto here. The Doomfist barrage comes out, gets the pick onto Returns, but Hathrobo finds the pick onto Sweet, so no pocket available for Chef, which makes things dangerous, but it doesn't matter while Plague is able to get those heals from a distance and at the same time get this pick onto Hathrobo. 50% and climbing for Yuniverse as they are halfway to being the champions.
Yes, indeed. With 4 ults to their name, they can cycle these out pretty effectively. No Peel Gaming desperation mode is gonna have to start now. They're over to the Wrecking Ball, but they have no ults of their own to try to counter the minefield you're probably about to see dropped on the Moira's head.
I don't even know if they need it, forcing the fade away. Chef, however, has gone down in the meantime. Valkyrie's been popped by Sweet. Are they going to be able to get their res onto Chef? Does not look like it, but the minefield's now out and Plague has gone down. But they've been able to find Hathrobo. Returns with this tactical visor, comes back screaming. Coalescence also was thrown on the field, so a lot for No Peel Gaming, but it looks like they're going to be able to flip this point.
I mean, yeah, they should be able to flip this point, but how long does that buy them with the Thara damage still being reined in? The Tracer still stalling to get it to 99% here. This means No Peel Gaming, you have to be flawless, and it's going to be hard to be flawless against this pharmacy. Chef has that barrage online. They have a Kitsune rush. There's going to be insane amounts of pressure to try to live this one out, and I don't know if they can do it.
Yeah, you have to hope that Bob can do a lot here, but Cotton Baller's already down. You're going to have Bob and Anana to try and keep the team alive and kicking while you're getting Cotton Baller back, which might be just enough because Cotton Baller should be back on that speedy ball. Returns, and Hathrobo find 2 picks. And this is exactly what the doctor ordered for No Peel Gaming.
I mean, we're entering the 11th hour, and No Peel Gaming showing that they're not done yet. They're digging their claws in. They don't want to go into that sweet, sweet night, but there's just so much that Yuniverse has, but they're able to apply the pressure. They actually weather the storm of those ultimates, and they're even able to force Chef onto the Echo now, but that might just be a whole nother layer of problems.
That it could, is a lot of pressure now being thrown onto Returns. He's able to, no, he's not able to get out. Chef finds a second, and this is the opening Yuniverse has been waiting for. All they needed was a single fight to bring them home this championship. Cotton Baller trying his hardest to keep things alive, but it is all but over. Yuniverse are your NA Diamond Grand Finals champions.
Yuniverse played amazingly, taking 3 maps in such a commanding fashion. It gave them this sort of leisure where they could sort of play it out, wait for their golden opportunity, and they were able to do it. Now with a 4-2, they are your champions. They earned their right. And No Peel Gaming, you tried your best, but you just gave up too much too early. You weren't able to come back against just such an amazing Yuniverse squad.
Yeah, when their backs were against the wall, Chef, Awesome, Plague, CNC, the entirety team, they're able to come through with the goods and come up in clutch time. So congratulations to Yuniverse taking the victory 4-2. We are going to go to a quick break, and I believe we should be setting up an interview with one of the players from the winning team. So we'll be right back.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. my downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
All right, everybody, welcome back. And as promised, we have an interview for you guys. It is going to be the coach from Yuniverse. We have Master Bacon joining us here on the broadcast. Well, first of all, Master Bacon, congratulations to your team. How are you guys feeling?
Oh yeah, thanks, man. We're stoked. We're sitting there. We're having a good laugh. We're chilling. We're partying.
Awesome. Always glad to hear a team in high spirits. Now, obviously, you had to play a variety of different stuff throughout this match. Is there anything you felt that No Peel Gaming was gonna kind of bring to you that caught you off guard?
We had, to be honest, we didn't know exactly what they were gonna play. After playing them in the winners finals, we knew that once we pulled out something we were comfortable with, they had no idea what to play. So we were kind of just expecting them to start running anything, just randomly swapping until they could figure something out.
I mean, figure something out is definitely a way to put it lightly. I mean, y'all had a pretty crushing start to the series going up 3-0. But I gotta ask, was there any sort of mental dip where there was started worry when that reverse sweep started kind of getting built up?
In those two maps that we did lose, I think we got a bit ahead of ourselves. We knew we were better, so we started to maybe slack off a bit. We started chilling out a bit more and just goofing around.
Well, yeah, you can't ever take any team too lightly here when you're in a grand final situation, but I'm trying to think, like, is there really just sort of any sort of strategy you had being the coach to putting these teams onto specific comps, or have you just kind of let them play their comfort characters and explain the best way that they can do it?
Well, in the lower tiers, it's kind of just anyone can win anything as long as you play it right. So if there's something that we liked playing, we just played it. If we were comfortable with something, if we just played it right, we'd make it work, which is something that, well, it turns out we did.
Awesome. That's
Awesome.
absolutely
And
great
I
to
mean,
hear.
once again, it was very, very cool seeing these back and forth composition swaps coming out of you guys. I mean, we were kind of talking in the break and stuff like that, where things were starting to go a little awry in the comms and freaking out after dropping that second map in a row. As a coach, how were you able to ring them in together and just get them ready to dominate Ilios like they did?
It's kind of just taking a step back, looking over everything, just realizing, hey, we're screwing around a bit too much. We need to lock back in and shut up.
Alrighty, sounds good. And while we have this opportunity, go ahead and the floor is open to you. Shout outs, friends, family, players. Floor is yours. Go ahead.
Oh, I gotta shout out the boys, like Awesome and Ari, Plague. Shout out our boy Kigo, who couldn't be here but was like a go all season. Yoshi, Sweet for showing up to this game. Chef, the absolute goat. No idea where this guy came from. Shout out to Glenn. Good shit today, man. Love you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. And thank you for being here for this interview. And we're going to go ahead and let you go and go celebrate with your team.
Oh yeah, good one, man.
Alrighty, that was Master Bacon for you guys. And I believe we're going to have one more guest joining us on the booth. As we get ready to close out MTT 12, we're going to be bringing in the man, the myth, the legend, Headrammer, to give some closing thoughts on the season. And here he is. Hey, Headrammer.
Hello. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Just had a great grand finals to end the season.
Yeah, I know. I was watching it. For a brief bit there, I thought there was going to be a reverse sweep.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So, I'm assuming you're going to kind of give some final thoughts and, maybe some stuff to look forward in CGL MTT 13?
Oh, yeah. So, obviously with the end of this match, it is the last match of Season 12. Yeah, the end of these seasons are always kind of like a little bit bittersweet,
Yeah.
You spend so much time making sure everything goes right. When it's over, he's like, oh, it's over. So, I'm looking forward for, a little bit of a break, but also realistically, in my experience, whenever things end, things almost get usually busier as you're prepping for what's to come, rather than the day-to-day, which things kind of... It's not that things are on themselves, it's just that I find this set up to be a lot more than the day-to-day. So we have our obviously the next things coming forward. We usually have tournaments and things in our off season. We'll probably have a GOATS tournament coming up at some point. Usually, usually our most popular off season tournament, so we'll have something like that coming up at some point. And we'll also probably have another off season event for Kunoichi, which is for those who don't know, is our women and marginalized gender tournament brand as well. We originally were going to have the dates for everything already announced. However, announcements from Blizzard, from both Flash Ops suddenly, as well as the Colonial Heroes date change for their event, kind of messed up a bit of our planning for our tournament dates. But we will have dates coming out for those in the near future. We should know for them in the next week or so. You'll hear from us for when those are going to happen. And then obviously Season 13 as well. I don't have an exact date on that one yet. We might make some slight adjustments in terms of its start date based on how all these new rank changes are happening. I haven't decided yet fully if we are or not going to change it because of that. Might just say screw it and go, and then figure it out for the season after that. But you'll hear probably more from that soon. But we have a lot in store for things we're going to be doing. Trying to make incremental improvements each and every single time. But that's kind of off season. What's to come? You'll hear for a lot more from us soon. But there's really no point in which we're not doing something.
Yeah, so make sure you guys are all looking out in the announcements for future events coming for CGL as we're going to continue to have them. Do you have any final thoughts, Megalast, as we close out MTT 12?
As someone who came in pretty late to the game, I gotta say this is a really neat community, a lot of talent both in the game and out of it. There's an amazing community as well, and now that I'm here, I kind of want to dig my heels in and just look forward to see what's to come with you guys as well.
Yeah, very excited to have you joining the team and our ever-expanding team of producers, casters, observers. It's just been awesome seeing CGL grow over the years, and that's kind of like my big takeaway here. Being, here for as long as I have been, getting my start in casting here, it's been amazing to see CGL grow from way back in the day as a smaller, just console-only company, to where I was even competing in it, to where we are now, where I'm strictly only casting. We got, some big-time PC teams from contenders and stuff like that competing. It's been amazing, and especially as a stream team lead, I just want to give a big shout out to all of the casters who participated this season. I think this was probably the best season of casting we've ever had. So it speaks a lot to the improvement a lot of you guys have made and just how talented everyone is. And the observing and the producing has always been top tier, and it's only continuing to get better as we bring in more people and as people continue to get more experience. So just big shout outs to all of that, and shout outs to all of the players. We had some amazing games and some amazing grand finals throughout these playoffs, and it was a beauty to be able to bring all of that to you guys. And with that, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for season 12 of CGL. I've been to Try Hard Ray, joined by Megalast, and we will see you guys in a future tournament or future season. See you guys later.
Water is the softest and most yielding substance, yet nothing is better than water for overcoming the hard and rigid, because nothing can compete with it. Lao Tzu.
Name straight, new wave. Name straight, new wave. Name straight, new wave. Name straight, new wave. Name straight, new wave.